My wife had always told me men are naturally cheaters and how I will also cheat on her too. But I recently found out her coworker and she have been dirty texting each other for a while now, and he is married and just had a kid. A few days ago, I, 33 male, noticed my wife, 31 female, deleting a text thread, which is something she has never done. I decided to check her laptop as texts go through there, and I was shocked to find that she was having a sexually explicit conversation with a coworker who also happens to be married and just had a child a few months ago. For context, we have been together for about 13 years and married for 4. We both work in demanding jobs in healthcare. Like any couple, we have had plenty of ups and downs. The last couple of years have really been a rut. It has felt like we are constantly more irritable with each other. Our intimacy has been nearly dead for a while now. However, we both felt this may be part of depression and hormonal issues that we are having and working on. Another issue that bothers me is that for the entirety of our relationship, she has made jabs at how men always cheat and I will someday cheat on her. Her previous relationship before me ended with her boyfriend living a complete second life with a different woman. She used to go through my phone when she felt I was texting a particular female too much. Given all that, this current situation just enrages me. This coworker of hers has always been a close friend for the last 3 years. It's been obvious in the past that he has had a crush on my wife, but I have never seen any evidence that it was reciprocated. He has sent suggestive texts in the past, and she had shut it down and insisted he likes to get a rise out of people. In the last few days, I have seen texts of the two of them complaining about their sex lives, talking about how much they want to have sex with each other, sending nudes, etc. He has even sent an explicit photo with part of his wife's face in it, claiming he wishes it was my wife. There has been a lot of complaining about me and about his partner and how we do not sexually gratify them. She has been trying to stay on top of deleting threads, but often does not think to delete the stuff from bedtime to overnight. I am fairly confident nothing physical has happened yet. Part of me feels guilty for this. I have not been a perfect husband by any means. I've always been the one to do all the chores at home, care for the pets, cook, do our laundry, etc. I will admit, though, that I am not the most emotionally available husband. I'm just not a cuddler or overly sexual person. I understand this affair is her choice and not mine, but I do feel like I've pushed her into this and I feel the guilt of it. My problem is that I do not know how to approach this. At first I was shocked and angry. Now I am numb and emotionless. Part of me feels the writing was on the wall for this marriage a while ago, and this is the final blow. Our family lives are insanely intertwined, and we literally share the same friend group. I don't know if I should just be trying to move out and figure things out, or if I should just be getting a divorce at this point. I know I will be gaslit when I finally confront her, and I don't even know how to confront her. I also don't know if I should tell the other guy's wife. I feel guilty given that they just had a baby. Reading this back, I understand I probably look like an idiot for not already having left, but I am struggling. Update, 1 week later. I ended up having the confrontation early last week. It wasn't exactly when I had planned it, but she knew something was up as I had emotionally checked out over the few days leading up to it. Some background info I learned or not provided in the original post. The texting had gone on for about a week total. It turns out I had discovered it pretty early on. Although they have texted a lot for the last few years, I've seen them in the past and there was nothing like this, genuinely just work-related stuff. There were also a lot of remarks about the intimacy between us fizzling out, indicating that it may be a sign of the affair being physical. Our intimacy has dried out for the last year or so. We had chalked it up to stress, work, hormones, and depression up to this point. In terms of the confrontation, there was no arguing or fireworks. I laid out a lot of grievances about the betrayal and the incredible disrespect I felt. I also pointed out the rage I felt over the hypocrisy of accusing all men of cheating for years. She swore up and down that nothing physical occurred between them. I get it is naive of me to believe it, but for various reasons I do. When I initially threatened to tell the other guy's wife was when the first wave of defensiveness began. She begged me not to ruin their family with a new baby and focus on fixing our marriage instead. I was also told how the other betrayed spouse will definitely tell all their coworkers, and now both her home life and work life will be ruined. They are both contractually bound to working together for the next 5 years, residency. Her reasoning was that I have not made her feel desired, like a woman, in a long time, that she gave in to hormones, as he was saying things that made her feel craved. Multiple times, I did feel like the situation was minimized. Statements such as, "Nothing physical happened, it was just sexting," have not sat well with me. I also felt like I was being blamed for this. To clarify, we have talked in the past about trying to be more romantic and stuff of that sort. I still feel like that does not mean doing this crap is acceptable. I admitted plenty of my shortcomings during the confrontation, but also reaffirmed that what she did was so insanely wrong. I also reached out to the guy. He was clearly panicked and swore up and down nothing physical happened. He begged me not to tell his wife and ruin his life. He claimed his son is his entire world, which I rebuffed by saying all he did was complain about him to my wife. Not long after, he blocked me on everything and was texting my wife, "Don't let your husband move out," and "Is he going to ruin my life now?" I wish I could say that I took my pets and stormed off and moved out like I dreamed up in my head. Sadly, all I did was move out of our room and demand time and space. She has been saying she will respect that, but has been persistently approaching me, asking to talk about our marriage for the last several days. My emotions have ranged from complete rage to completely dead inside. I have just been working or in bed sleeping for 14 hours a day. At this point, I know I'm checked out. I've been fighting passive suicidal ideation, wishing for a car to crash into me or just to not wake up. I can assure all that I have no active plans of self-harm, and that is not the point of this post. I feel like my entire life has been turned upside down. I recently established with a therapist for the first time in my life, plenty of childhood trauma from terrible parents, and she has been telling me that I am mourning a life I thought I had. Truthfully, I'm just over all of this and everything. I've definitely just gotten into self-protection mode now. A few days ago, she asked me if I would be willing to see a marriage counselor with her. I begrudgingly agreed. During our first session, I admitted I am unsure if I want to save this marriage or not. I was not a very active participant as I was quite checked out. It had only been like 3 days since the confrontation. We have more appointments coming up. I have told her that I am unsure I will ever get over this betrayal. I have also told her it is clear we have significant incompatibilities. She has been begging me to try as we have been together for so long, so clearly something works about us. She's been trying to be affectionate the last couple days and getting me to reciprocate, hold her hand, give a kiss, compliment her, etc. I have not told the other guy's wife yet. I have not decided if I will or will not. Morally, I know the absolute correct decision is to tell her. However, as mad as I am at my wife, I am not trying to just ruin her entire life. I am not out to get revenge on people. I grew up with enough confrontation, and I'm definitely a non-confrontational person now. I have also not ruled out telling her yet, but I'm just thinking on it. I apologize for how much this post is just a rambling mess. All in all, emotionally, I feel dead inside. I have lost all joy in my life, and I'm just going through the motions. I do not know if I will be able to get over this to save the marriage, and I do not know if I want to save the marriage. Our lives are just so intertwined that splitting will be such a difficult and miserable process. My closest friend is the only person who knows, and they have made it clear that divorce would be their only choice if they were in my shoes. I am lucky to have had their support during this, but I do feel guilty for just trauma dumping the situation. I know most replies will be that I should have already started the divorce process, and I wish it was that easy. I will value advice, and I know quite a few people had asked for updates. I definitely missed a lot of info, and will try to reply as I can. Thank you. Second update, 6 days later. I have received a lot of messages asking about updates. For background, we have been together for 13 years and married for 4. No kids. She does seem to be showing true remorse recently. She's been very open about how badly she messed up and destroyed all our trust. I can't say whether this remorse has moved me at all. I still feel checked out. I've just been coming home from work and sleeping the rest of the day. She tries to get me to cuddle or hug her, but honestly, I just feel so empty at this point. It's just going through the motions. I do actually feel bad about how I've been, but this has just struck me so deeply. She has broken off all contact, it seems, with the other guy. She's blocked him. Still, I feel like this affair validated so many self-doubts. My entire childhood was spent being screamed at about how everything I did was wrong, and now it feels like I'm being told what I did wrong to lead to being cheated on. Sometimes it seems like she understands the gravity, and sometimes she's trying to minimize it so we can move forward. The last few weeks have been awful. I've been struggling between being completely numb and seething with self-hatred. I have not felt this lonely in my life since I was a kid. I have been confiding with 2 friends, but at this point I feel like it's just pushing them away, so I won't be anymore. I'm surrounded by a larger group of fair-weather friends who can't be depended on for anything. My family will never understand divorce, as in this stupid immigrant culture you tolerate anything to stay married. I just am crumbling from the inside and don't even feel like I have the strength to make a decision. I go to sleep every night hoping I don't wake up, as I just want out of this now. Swallowing the pill that essentially half my life is being thrown away is unbearable. I recognize how easy it is to say that divorce is the right choice, but it doesn't make it any easier. Apologies for the rambling. Third update, 12 days later. I wanted to give an update about the situation. The last month has had me in a very dark place. I have continued to feel like there are many moments of minimizing what happened and many moments of true remorse. I became paralyzed by the stress and shut down. This week, I made the decision to move out. I packed the essentials and booked a hotel. Her parents paid a huge chunk of that house, so I'm not asking her to leave. I've begun reflecting on everything, and I see that our relationship has been trying to get past some horrible incompatibilities. I finally have my answer that divorce is the right option. We are not happy together. She cheated, and I'll never get over that. She is begging not to, but I will be telling her that I am done. And for the AP's wife, I will tell her too. Fourth update, 11 days later. Final update. Hello, everyone. A lot of people messaged me, and I appreciate the support. The last month has been pretty goddamn miserable, to say the least. Regarding telling the other guy's wife, she knows now. Turns out he was texting similarly with 2 other nurses at the hospital, and she had caught him. She then found text messages from my wife he had saved on his phone. We spoke briefly, and I apologized for not telling her sooner. But yeah, she knows. Regarding my marriage, every single day I waffle between divorce or not. There are some days where it feels like she's being accountable, and some days where there are nasty arguments. She still gets mad when I say cheating is nothing physical happened. She still gets mad when I make it seem like it's all her fault and I didn't contribute to it. Lol. Yesterday she told me that she should have effed him, so at least she would have gotten something out of it. Today she blew up on me for saying I'm not being accountable for what I did to lead to this happening. Lol. Yeah, not exactly the shining example of accountability. She told a few of our friends and her family a very half-assed story which excluded the affair entirely, and it blamed me almost exclusively. It's gotten to the point where one person said it felt like a PR campaign. She's shown her true colors whenever I tell her we aren't going to recover. She shows how nasty and vile she can get. I won't list the countless other examples. Anyways, yeah, I know plenty of people will feel like I'm being a coward, not having left already. I don't know why I'm having the stupid paralysis with it. I do feel bad as our pets were devastated when I temporarily moved out. I know that's not an excuse, but every stupid little thing weighs on me. It's hard throwing away 13 years like this, but if any of my friends came to me with this, I would recommend divorce. Hopefully I grow a pair and just pull the Band-Aid off soon. I appreciate everyone's kind messages that I've gotten.